Hey guys, I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop, and thanks for joining me for a YouTube members live video. So our MODA sales reps, Riley Blake sales reps, and Ruby Star sales reps came last week, and so today what I'm going to do is show you what we bought. So if I'm skipping through the catalog, that means Fat Quarter Shop didn't buy it. And some of this is online now, some of it will be online later. And as a member, you get first look at this. So most of this, is on our website, some is not, but I can let you know but you might be watching it later, so it will come online. But I'm gonna give you all the detail on everything so you know what to look forward to. And if you are a YouTube member, our second member perk this week is a special coupon code. So go to your community tab and you're going to find that coupon. Now, if you are not a member, we hope you can join and become a member. And to do that, in the description box, you'll just click the button join. And this video is for members only today. And then all of our channel subscribers will get to see this in 2 weeks. So it will just be delayed. But you will get to see it. So if you can't afford to be a member or don't want to be a member, you're still going to get it. You just won't get the coupons. So I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to go in order of the catalog, and you can see this catalog on MODA's website. And so if you scroll through the catalog and you see something that we don't show, it means I didn't buy it, or Kevin and I didn't buy it. So the first collection is called Frisky. These are all Zen Chic patterns that will come in stock. We will sell them both as paper and as PDF. There will be 2 Mochi linens and 4 rayons. Now, I don't have samples of those. We only get samples of the cotton. This is a picture of the collection overall, and then I'm going to flip through the fabric so you can see it in detail. This ships in April. And some of this will be a little bit wrinkled because we've been kind of picking kits with it. So this is kind of like a bigger print. This is spotted. So it is a spotted SKU. It's a 1660-91. So it's a new color. A polka dot, little stars, dots, geometrics. And then these reminded me of like those fidget spinners, except that it would be like 3 fidget spinners. That's what it reminded me of. And so that's cap set 1. And then this is definitely a pinky peach. I would say it's a little bit more pink than peach. Polka dots, fidget spinners. And then this is the same print here. Now this is definitely orange or mango coral, whereas up here this is pink. So 2 different colors. And Zen Chic always sells really well, and I think it's because people buy it in the chunks because they use it for backings. So this is definitely orange. Kind of like a 1970s vibe. And then here's a new spotted color. And I am going to show you in the catalog all of the spotted all at once, so you can see it kind of as an overall. And then there's a bright yellow. Polka dots. This is a red. Let's see. It's a red. Cheerios, stars, and then that same print that's really big, and another spotted. They're in the box. In my office. And then here, this is kind of, it's not aqua, it's not green. I would call it kind of a sea foam, a little bit. So this one is a pretty big group. It has 40 prints total, so lots of prints. Some of the groups are smaller, some of the groups are bigger. Okay, so here's our last. So let's zoom out just a tiny bit so you can see all of it together. Okay, thanks. So this, I would say, is a little bit lighter than navy, so it's really pretty. And I could see using some of these with other designers' prints. And then there's a new spotted, and this has a combination of the seafoam with the blue and then navy on top. So there's some navy dots in here. And actually, I was wrong. We do have some of the samples of rayon. I didn't realize. It's so soft. So here's the rayon. And you can make a beautiful dress. And then we do have the mochi linen. So I misspoke. I forgot we got to see this. And this is definitely bag making material. It's definitely thicker. So that is Frisky by Zen Chic. It ships in April. And it does have all of the normal pre-cuts. And MODA put this together. This is a collection of all of the spotted that are going forward. And so we keep those in stock at all times. If you ever see it on Fat Quarter Shop where it's not in stock, it's definitely on order. This is one of this group, and grunge is one of those groups that really sell fast. And so if MODA's out of something, it would be one of those two groups, just because they sell really fast. And I do see a question, will we carry the rayon and the linen? Yes, we will. We're going to carry both of those. Sometimes if there's a collection that has a ton of rayon and a ton of linen, we won't carry it. This next group is, I think, going to be super exciting to people. It's called Beyond Bella by Annie Brady, and it's actually a printed line. So it's not actually a Bella Solid, it's a printed line. This one is going to ship in March, and this will be a quilt kit, and that will go online later today. All of these patterns are by Annie Brady, and she is using the Beyond Bella, which I know I am very excited about this collection, and I'm super excited about these three. These are cross stitches, and I have a friend that has 3 boys, and I thought that'd be kind of cute to make for his boys. My boys are too old for that. But this will be a quilt kit. And then this is an overall look at it as a color family. And let's see, there are 30 prints, and these will mix and match with different MODA groups, Bella Solids. You're gonna I actually am gonna show this to you more as a rainbow. Sorry about the noise. I'm gonna do this as a rainbow. So can we zoom out a tiny bit? Thanks. Okay, so let's see. Because this is kind of how Kevin and I looked at it. All of the printing on them is the same. It's a hashtag and an X. So it's the same exact printing, and the color matches the Bella. So like 9900 185 this is the same gray as a Bella Solid, but it just has 16740 in front of it, if that makes sense. So 16740 is going to be the Beyond Bella, but the digits in the back match your Bella Solid. So if you have Bella Solid 283, this will match Bella Solid. And so this is not a lower priced item like Bella Solids is, because it is printed, so it is going to be your normal cotton pricing. So this one is going to be one of my top 3, just because I love this one right here. Is going to be the one that I use a lot. So this is going to be color 200, which is color feather, I believe, in the Bella line. But I'm just very excited about this because it's going to give us a lot of options in our design department in terms of adding fabrics that are going to be a great background that we know we can keep in stock. It's going to give our quilt kits a new look, and so we're very excited about this and hope that it sells well. Beyond Bella is going to come in a Jolly Bar and a layer cake. The Beyond Bella Jolly Bar might not be online yet, and the reason why is Kevin and I decided to do that as a Jolly Bar later than normal. It might be up, it might not. We'll have to check, but it definitely is going to be a Jolly Bar and a layer cake. Ombre Galaxy Metallic is a continuation of the ombre that Vanessa came up with years and years ago. So ombre is like a big thing now, but she's the one who invented it. Her company is called V&Co. This one right here is going to be a quilt kit. This collection is shipping in April. These will be all of her patterns, including this. And this drawstring uses 2 fabrics on the outside and 2 fabrics on the inside. But because of the way she cuts the ombre and pieces it, it looks like way more than 4 fabrics. So I thought that was pretty interesting. This is a cute photo. And then here it is as a whole. So you can see the ombre goes lighter in the center, darker to the outside, heavier metallic on the outside than the inside. And I'm gonna do the same thing where I show it more as a rainbow. And then I will show the full. I think if I go sideways, it might work. So we'll see if this works. Okay. So you can see this is the end of the bolt. Like this is your salvage to salvage. And I'm just going to show, I'm going to put them all out so that you can kind of see. I think I went the opposite way on accident. So let's see. Actually, I need to be going this way. So I'm trying to make it all fit. And 2. That would probably be, I have no idea. I'm trying to do this and I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. But I do want you guys to be able to see the full, okay, so I think I got it. Okay, so there we go, 2. And then I'm gonna get this to work. Okay. So we're gonna have to zoom out a little bit. So this is your first color over here. And I have it kind of in order of the book. We're gonna have to go the other way. Ooh, it looks pretty. So let's see, there are 30 prints. And so I tried to go in order of slightly the book, but this is going to be beautiful. This is a higher priced item because it is metallic, and it does have all of the pre-cuts, except it doesn't have all of the pre-cuts is what I meant to say. It has a fat quarter bundle, a half-yard bundle, a jelly roll, and a kit. So it doesn't have a layer cake or a charm pack or a mini charm pack, and the reason why is because it's ombre, and so somebody might get all lights or all darks, so it doesn't really work for Jolly Bar, it doesn't work for layer cake or charm pack mini charm, but they will have a jelly roll, a half yard, and a fat quarter. That's the back. The next group is a brand new designer for MODA. Her name is Shalencia Daniel, and she's from Creativity Shell, and she is more of a sewist from what I have read, and this will be a quilt kit. This is using kind of a mix of black and white effect. These are going to be her new patterns. These are her new patterns, I believe, and then this one is a book called Pajama Pants for Kids. So this one is a quilt kit. This is going to be a project sheet. So a project sheet means that you can buy the pattern for a lower price, and then MODA writes the pattern and releases it for a very limited time. And she is the one that worked on, I'm trying to think of what these were called. It was a really popular charity event. It was called Love Bugs, I believe. So she was behind the Love Bugs, if that was something that you guys participated in. And I love the backgrounds the most. I do think these black and whites are going to sell really great. And I think the rainbow, you know, that is a very popular trend on clothing and all kinds of things. Now, if you notice in the catalog, you will see there are Bella Solids listed on the side. We will be offering Bella Solids bundles, either fat quarters or half yards. And if there's only like 3 or 4, we're just going to put them on the page, but they will be listed on the website. So here's the group. And so let's see, caps at 1. So I love all the doodles. And this time I feel like a lot of the groups could mix. This is a really nice red, like a true red. And then this is just a darker version of it. And then this is awesome. This would make such a good backing, and this would actually work so well with me and my sister fabric. So I can see this one really mixing with a lot of other designers, and this would make an awesome binding. So that would be an awesome binding just on the straight. I mean, it would look good on the bias too, but I think it would look better on the straight. And then this is kind of a neon green. But then, like, this one is very wild, but then when you get to this one, you can see how this would mix really well with me and my sister or other designers. This is kind of like a little party confetti, X's, and then that same really nice big print. I kind of wish this print was made in 108. So that would be a great 108 if MODA's listening. And black and white is always popular. Kind of black and white will go in and out of style, if that makes sense. So Kevin and I kind of have to be careful when we buy black and white because it either sells really good or it doesn't sell. And then that's really nice. And then these are glow in the dark. So these are going to be more expensive, just these. So the part that glows in the dark, I have to remember what she told me. I think on this one it's the greens that glow in the dark, and then on here it's the whites. So glow in the dark. And I didn't test it, but my sales rep said she tested it and it looks really cool. So I think this is a great idea. It's something that hasn't been done in a long time. We do have one question that says, will Beyond Bella be a standard item that will be kept all the time? Yes. So I'm hoping it is. That white on white, I'm going to email myself to check how many I ordered. The color 200, because I think that's going to be super popular. And we will have a bundle of these Bella Solids to go with this, but also think about the Beyond Bella. It would go great with this. The style of it, the colors, the everything. The next group is a designer. We've sold one of her groups before. Her name is Allie K. I believe she lives in Dallas, if I'm correct. I'm kind of out of touch with the designers since there hasn't been a quilt market in a couple of years. So usually, you know, I get to meet the designers, talk to them, find out a little bit about them, find out their story so that I can bring that to you guys. But since we haven't had market, I haven't had a chance to meet her. This one is going to be a quilt kit. It's going to be a project sheet, meaning that MODA writes the pattern. These are going to be 2 patterns. All of this is either in stock or on reorder, except for these. We don't carry these little notepads, but the rest of this we do, and this, it's either here or on order, one of the two. Now this one is called Hey Y'all, and I think the apostrophe is in the wrong spot. So I think the apostrophe is supposed to be, no? Okay, maybe not. Jordan says no, but it's Texas. So I will tell you that MODA Fabrics is based in Texas. So a lot of the stores in Texas buy a ton of Texas items, and they love blue bonnets. So this actually has blue bonnets in it. And there are a couple of panels. And again, this is going to be the quilt kit with the Texas in the center. So if you're not from Texas, what you could do is just figure out what size that is and put a star there. But then, I mean, you would have some Texas prints out here. So this is black and white, and her last group was also black and white. And it actually sold crazy good, and it was out of print fast, so we couldn't reorder it. So just so you guys know, if it is a MODA fabric, if we sell out of it right away, we immediately reorder. We actually order MODA every day, every morning and every night, all the time. And if it ships, we get it. If it doesn't, we don't get it, if that makes sense. So it's always on order. And this is the blue bonnet print on white on white. Cactus, Texas. And then this one is like stars. It's the same print as right here. So I think Denise loves this one. She's very excited over here. And then this one's kind of like all the things, the blue bonnets, the cactus, the leaves, the succulents, all the things. Have y'all ever got stuck by a cactus? Let me tell you, it hurts. It's like getting stung by a jellyfish. And then this is a really nice gray. This is kind of a charcoal gray, and then this is more of a darker. So there's 4 that are a little bit lighter, and then 3 that are a little bit darker. And this is that same print that's down here. This one is a smaller group. It has 20 prints. I don't think we have the panels to show. So you can just look at the panels in the book. And then this is the black. And it's printed very nicely. Black can be really a challenge to print on. And there are times when fabric companies print on black and it looks horrible. This looks great. And some of you guys might just like that. So just to see it as a black and white group without the gray. Some of you might like that. And then I'll show you the panels again. Okay, it's actually one panel. And this is half of the panel, and then this is half of the panel. So you could use this on the back or in the center of a quilt like here. And this ships in March. And again, the designer is Allie Kay. The next group we purchased is called Renew. It is by Sweetwater, and it's very reminiscent of a group that they did about 2 years ago. The name of it escapes me, but I will remember it in a second because I remembered it when we were ordering. So these are going to be the Sweetwater patterns. This right here is a bigger version of here, and so this has applique and embroidery. This is a cute way to display the swatches. And here it is as a whole. The other group, I'm trying to think of what it was called. Somebody might in chat tell me, but it's the same exact colorway. It has 35 prints. So this will be the most popular print right here. It is just an all over print. And this is a big white dot. And this is actually the same company that I get all of my labels from. It is a mom and 2 of her daughters. This is a confetti. Now this one are tiny rainbows. So it's the same as this print right here, just white on white. And this is a stripe. And then this is that same polka dot that's white on white above, just in colors, multi. I'm gonna remember the name of that group at some point. I'm trying to think of it. Let's see, this is yellow circles. And I actually have some of that fabric at home, so I should know what it's called. This one ships in March. And then this one is kind of a coral pink, I would say. This is really nice. This print is really nice. I love these little rainbows. This would be such a cute quilt. Just these little 4 prints right here for a girl. Except my girl's not a girly girl, so she doesn't even appreciate girly girl stuff. Let's see. And then we've got greens. I'm just dying to think of the name of that group. Oh my gosh, I gotta think of it. And then these are like little rainbows, small rainbows, and then the circles. And then this one actually would go really well with the Texas. I'm gonna pull the Texas and put it next to it, but this is a gray. I mean, obviously this pink wouldn't work. This is like a crosshatch, circles, rainbows, text, and confetti. And if you wanted to see the difference in the grays, maybe that doesn't match. Yeah, I'm wrong. It doesn't match at all. But there you go. You could at least see my crazy ideas. Now we are putting together several bundles where we mix and match the groups. Those are called MODA mixes, and those will go online in a couple of weeks. So that's the very last thing. The first thing we do is we load the yardage, then we load the kits. Well, we load the yardage and the pre-cuts, and then we load the kits, and then we load any kind of special bundles, whether that be MODA Mix or Bella Solid bundles that we put together. The next group is my absolute favorite, by far, of any line I have seen in 6 months. I love this collection. Spring Chicken. Yes, it is Spring Chicken. Yes, Spring Chicken is the name of that group that was driving me crazy. So these are going to be the new fig tree patterns that are out, and we will sell these as paper. She will sell them as PDFs on her site, but she doesn't allow other stores to sell those. Let me see the white on, let me see the Sweetwater real quick. There is one question, but this is my favorite. Let me see the white cap set. There are 2 white on white, so I'm going to show you again. So from here, there's this, which is a polka dot, and this, which is a rainbow. So 2 white on whites. But this is called Stitched. It is going to be shipping in March. We do have something like on the side planned with this that I can't exactly tell you what it is, but I love this fabric. I'm buying like all of it. I'm buying like a half yard of it. I love it. So these are going to be the patterns. We have a pop-up of the kit, and this is going to be a Jolly Bar kit. So this is, have I missed any other kits? Okay, sorry. So this is designed by Angel, and we did a, let's see what you call that, Flying Geese kit. So it's going to have a Jolly Bar. That's going to be the kit. There will be something else that we cannot show yet, and then this is the collection. It does have 40 pieces, and it does ship in March. And I mean, I just can't tell you how much I love this group. So the traditional fig tree aquas, and I love this print. It's like a little floret. And then this is a print she's used before. And here is text. And I mean, I love this. It's like a little, I think that's a pomegranate. I'm not sure. I don't know my fruits and vegetables that well. And then this is definitely like the traditional red, and the traditional fig tree red. It will mix with all of her previous red fig trees. And then this is a quilt block with little accents around it. Florals, the same print. It might be changed slightly actually. But this group, I mean, this group could work with anything. I mean, this is like the ultimate binding right here. And then her big floral. It's a little bit smaller than some of her big florals. And then the yellow is definitely like a buttercup yellow. It's very fresh. And you guys comment and let me know what you guys are thinking of these so I can kind of see. Now this is a fig tree green. It's a tad brighter than some she's done in the past. And then she has her whites. Now I would say these are, they're cream, but they are a little bit whiter maybe than in the past, maybe just a tidge. So floral, now this is going to be your white on white. It is part of the group. It does not have any print on it, so it's similar to a Bella Solid, but it's just a, it does actually have a tiny, tiny crosshatch to it, but it is so tiny that oh, actually, it has the X's. It has these X's. I can't see it with my... So it does, it's this print on here. It's just really faint, hard to see. And this is my favorite print of the whole group. I wish this was done in 108 and a larger scale. This is awesome. It's just all the colors and the design and everything about it. And then this is that same print with the brownish taupe on it, like the other white on white. And here's the star, the text, and the floral. But this is probably my favorite collection that Fig Tree has ever designed, and that's saying like a lot because I love all of her stuff. And then this is her taupes. So I have something, I'm going to do something, you know, when I do all those sew-alongs throughout 2022, I'm definitely doing something with this. I don't know exactly what, but something. And we will have a bundle of the Bella Solids that match, and MODA does pick those. Does the diagonal stripe have a scalloped line? It does, but it's kind of a pointed mountain. Do I love it as much as kitty corn? I probably love it more. I love it. I gotta have it. I gotta do something with it. I think it's like when I see something like this, I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna make? What am I gonna make? What am I gonna make? The next group is by Three Sisters. This is an existing Wendy Shepherd pattern that MODA will be putting together a kit for. These are going to be patterns from different designers. These are going to be the 108s, and the 108s, just an FYI, those really sell out fast from all manufacturers. So 108s are made in a different country than the rest of the fabric. It's harder to get for all of the manufacturers. So my best advice would be, even if you're in a quilt shop, if you see a 108 you like, buy it, because it might not be there tomorrow. So that's kind of what I do with my 108s also. And this would go really well with that French General. I mean, the Fig Tree. Can I see the Fig Tree? I'm going to see if it matches, actually. It might not match, but it might. Let's see. Kind of, not really. And then this I think would be too dark. I'm just always looking for 108s that match. So these are going to be the 108s. And another thing that's like kind of behind the scene info is 108s don't arrive at the same time as the 44-inch wide. They could be months apart, and the reason why, they're made in totally different countries, because I guess the machines that make the 108 are only made, and those machines are only in certain countries. So sometimes they come after, and I know people get frustrated, but that's just kind of the way that industry works. We are going to have this one as a quilt kit. This is the collection as a whole, and this is very similar to Seaside Rose, which is a super old, like 10-year-old collection. I think that's what it was called. And so this one is definitely very white. Okay, this one is this little print right here is this white on white. And this is definitely white. And it's the traditional traditional Three Sisters colors. So Kevin loves Three Sisters, and so he loved this one. This was probably his favorite. very packed floral. This one is going to ship in April. So all of these ship March, April, May from MODA. And these are pinks, traditional pinks. And then you saw this red compared to the fig tree. So you kind of, so this is that white on white actually right here. Crafting a Plan Life asks, when I mention kits, how do we know if it's an FQS kit with enough fabric to starch? So if it is a kit that MODA puts together, then you have to be careful because they don't include as much. If it's a Jolly Bar kit, you also have to be careful because that's a pre-cut. If it's any other kind of kit, then you're probably safe. But I would say just always look at your pattern. And you could always ask me in live stream. You could say, did MODA put this together? You can always ask me by kit and I'll answer. Sometimes I might be wrong, but I try to be as accurate as possible. If I'm wrong, Denise will correct me. So I've always got somebody to correct me because I do see a lot of stuff. Now I'm really partial to this gray. I really like it. And this group is 40 pieces and it has all the pre-cuts, and this is the same print as the 108, but they're made in different countries. Same scale. Sometimes when they put 108 inches on the back, they'll change the scale, but this is actually the same scale. So this is Kevin's favorite, I'll tell you that. I like to always know what everybody's favorite is. And it's kind of interesting because there's always a lot of groups that I will just love and Kevin will say, I don't understand, and then vice versa. But he usually wins. He usually is right. And I always say that because he is always right. The next group I am very excited about. It is called Decorum. It is designed by Basic Gray, and it is very different from Basic Gray. And I think it's because this is one of the first, well, they've done black and white before, but this is one of the first times they've just done like 3 colors. These are going to be the Basic Gray patterns that are available. We will have those as paper and PDF. And then this is the collection as a whole. Now there are some pieces in here that are a little bit Egyptian, but if you take those out, you get a traditional blue and white group. This one ships in March. And I do like this one because ever since Fat Quarter Shop has been in business, one of the #1 questions we get is, where is fabric for men? And so this one can be a manly collection. And so this is the Egyptian print I was talking about. Now the grunges, these are going to be new colors. So like I said, with the grunges, what happens is they put new grunges in every collection, and if they sell, they reprint them. If they don't sell, they don't reprint. So some will be reprinted, some won't. And we keep them on order as long as they are available. This is kind of, I would call this like a grandma blue. This reminds me of my grandma. And this is a grunge. And this is pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think of these. And I love this print. It is so unique. I love to see different things. I could see this as a backing. This is a stripe, which would be great as a binding. Like, it will really set the quilt off. I like this print. This is kind of geometric. So what I mean about this group is, if you love blue and white, because we do have some customers that's all they buy is blue and white, and they love it, they swear by it, that's all they buy. And I think I did do a bundle of just these colors. So you can make it a very different group. I would even probably take that out because it's got the gold. But you can make it a very different group. So whenever you're looking at fabric, try to look at it the way I look at it, which I'm always trying to look at it. When we buy based on what we think we can sell. So, or you know, what our customer is looking for. And so I'm always trying to think of ways to make it different and to show the customer, because it's easier for me because I have it in my hand, so I can look at it and I can mix and match. This is so pretty. So this one is Decorum by Basic Gray, ships in March. We're not even halfway done and I'm still talking. Ooh, I'm gonna need a Starbucks in a minute. The next one is a new designer, Midnight Garden. The designer is Sweetwater Road. Now they did do a previous group. It hasn't arrived yet and I don't remember the name of it. We have the Evening Primrose Quilt Kit, and that was designed by Crystal. She loves modern, and so she designed this one because she loves this group. We will also have this as a quilt kit. Now, so for Crafting a Plan Life, if you see the kit and I say this is a quilt kit in the magazine, that means MODA put it together. And these will be other patterns. This is the one I just showed you. There will be a set of tea towels, which I will tell you, MODAs sell so good, and I have so many of them in my house. And I'm excited to see this. This is going to be a queen bee needle minder. I haven't seen it in person, but I'm very excited to see it. And this is the collection. So this is, I would say black. Rabbits, swan, very tomatoes, gardeny, bees, leaves, all overs, and the apples. And I could definitely see this as garment fabric, making a dress, or this white on white is the same as this. So it's this print on white on white. Now, I will tell you, MODA came out with a ton of white on whites, and we are putting together a bundle. The bundle is rather big. I believe it includes 19 or 20 prints, and that will be available. Now, it won't be available until like the very last collection ships. So what happens is we just start collecting the bolts in March, and then when the final group arrives in May, then we cut it. And this is pink with a touch of peach. And I think this is going to be the bestseller right here. I do think this all over print is also going to be a bestseller. So that is Midnight in the Garden by Sweetwater Road. The next group is my second favorite. My third favorite is beyondbella, so I've already told you all my favorites. This is called Flower Pod, and this is a follow-up to the other collection she did that was manly called, trying to think of what it was called. Harvest Road, I think. Maybe not. So these are going to be the patterns. The patterns are actually available now as both paper and PDF. This one is going to be a quilt kit. Now this one we are going to kit ourselves. It will go online as coming soon, but we will not have pricing for a while because we are actually having MODA cut this for us, but it will have enough fabric to starch. The next one is called Garden Rose, and that's going to be a Jolly Bar kit, and I think that probably uses 2 Jolly Bars. This will ship in April, and very, very nice. So I really love, this is probably another group that I'm going to do something out of. This is a great binding fabric. Text. That would make a nice background. I think these are like tumbleweeds, polka dots. And then there's this like light gray, taupe. Is it taupe? I think it's more of a taupe than a gray. These would both be good bindings. And we do have a lot of videos coming out with Vanessa coming up. So that's super exciting. She came and she filmed a lot of stuff, and you guys are going to love it. Now this white on white is the polka dot. It's this one. So this is going to be the white on white. So this one definitely has, I would say, kind of a floral theme. I'm trying to think of the word. It's not a garden theme, but it's definitely a floral theme. And then this, I would consider this terracotta. It's a combination of orange and brown. And then background, Denise is laughing because I'm wearing sunglasses because my eyes are still messed up, and so I'm wearing sunglasses. So here's my sunglasses. I have to lift them up to see the real color because the lights are killing me. And then this is a green. It's not too hunter, but it has a hint of it. It's a little bit lighter. And so little sunflowers, the text, and it is garden themed text. So that is Layla Boutique, Vanessa. So this next group is really big. Oh my gosh. Okay, how far off of the brown from Folktale is this brown? It's similar, very similar. So Folktale is the one I was actually talking about. So I think very similar. I don't have Folktale here to see, but it is very similar. This next group is called Garden Gatherings by Primitive Gatherings. It ships in March, and we do have a Jolly Bar in this of the darker prints, and this is called Garden Club Quilt Kit. So that is the kit for that. Now, Lisa Bonjean, who also has a YouTube channel called Lisa Bonjean, has a new book coming out. All of this is going to be in the book. The book is going to be called Garden Gatherings. And you're going to see here, there's a mix of darks and lights, but there's two separate collections. So I'm going to try to show it to you. This is Garden Gatherings, and then this is Garden Gathering Shirting. So they're two completely separate collections, but you can mix and match them in her book. So the reason she did, I would guess the reason she did two collections is so that she would have enough for her book to be able to have enough backgrounds for that big scrappy look that she's going for. And we will have a Bella Solid bundle. So again, this the Garden Shirtings is 40 pieces, and the Garden Gatherings is 40 pieces, and the Garden Gathering Shirtings is 20 pieces. So I'm going to first show you the Garden Gatherings, and I would say these are very typical Lisa Bonjean colors. I do like the addition of this pink. I would say this is definitely cheddar. I'm going to try to overlap them a little bit so that you can see the shirtings with it, even though it's separate. So it's a total of 60 SKUs, which is a ton. This is an autumnish orange. Now these are the 5 prints as part of the Garden Gatherings group. So there are some backgrounds in here. The shirtings are going to have prints on top of them. So you'll see the difference in a minute. I love this print. It's like little flowers. And then this is more of a true yellow, and it's a reproduction color. I can't think of the name of it. Oops, I skipped one. And we have a question about monthly Jolly Bar Club, and we haven't done that because we don't buy the Jolly Bars by the month, and so by the time you got them, it would be very all over the place. So we offer that just singularly. It wouldn't work as a club just due to background items behind the scenes that it wouldn't work, because we don't buy it based on month. We buy it on what we like. And we buy the Jolly Bars. You will always know those are our favorite best-selling designers. Oops, I probably shouldn't have said that, but that's how it works. And then this is purple. So you can see all these beautiful quilts right here. You're going to be able to get the look of this with 60 prints rather than having to pull from your stash. Now, I do think this is going to be awesome. I want to see this in person, and this is using these, which is what we're going to show you next. So this is Garden Gatherings, 40 pieces. Ships in March. Will be a Jolly Bar of this. Now this is Garden Gathering Shirtings. It will not have a Jolly Bar. It is 20 pieces, also ships in March. And these are shirtings, meaning that there's a color on top of the background. And so these are, I'm going to compare this to the background in the other group. Now you can see this is how she got this color, because I was trying to figure it out during the meeting. And so she does have some darker prints that are going to give you the formation of the star. But this is definitely whiter than the others, and I'll show you that in a second. And these colors obviously correspond to the other one. So this is that same yellow, the same green, and 20 pieces. And the purple. So it's all very matchy-matchy, but I think this is going to do really well because now this is the background. So you can see you're going to get a browner piece from your Garden Gatherings. You're going to get a shirting look. So that's the difference between a shirting and a background. The next group I'm going to show you is also a reproduction collection. It is designed by Betsy Chuchin, and it's called Kate's Garden Gate, 1830 to 1860. So that's the reproduction area she's working with, or reproduction time she's working with. These will be her new patterns. And this is the collection as a whole. And I think some of these prints would also work with Garden Gatherings. And she always has really nice reproduction florals. And then she's got some pinks and reds. So this collection has a lot of movement of color. A lot of the designers have, it's really nice, a really nice range of colors. This is a reproduction blue. It's a little bit, I would say a little bit brighter than you would normally see in a reproduction. I could be wrong though. Ships in April. And this is that print I really like. And then this is definitely a brown. I think I missed one. And this, if you wanted to take out the blues, that will look really nice. So some people might not like the bright blue, so that's my recommendation for that. The next group is a designer from Australia, Pieces to Treasure, and she has a ton of patterns. So we have all of these patterns on order, and she does have some 60-inch wide shirtings in 2 colors. The rest are going to be 18 inches wide. And we bought her first group, and we were really nervous about it. We weren't sure how it would sell, and it sold like crazy. So this is it overall. So these are the 18-inch wide, sorry, 18, not 16. So there's going to be 2 that are 60-inch wide, but only 2 colors. Everything else is 18-inch wide. And I'm going to just kind of, these are not all of them, but I'm just going to show you a snippet of them. And really nice. I mean, we could just use these as towels. I mean, that's what they're meant to be. And it does have the stitching. So this is 18 inches and it has the stitching. So you would just have to fold that down to make your towel. And I think the reason these sell really well is because she's got great patterns that show you how to use it. But these colors just really can fit, like this could fit a modern home, and then this could fit more of a traditional home. She's got some really nice colors. And the quality of this is really nice. You can see that the stitching here, the thread matches the stitching on each of these. So you've got white thread. I mean, it's very detailed. I mean, some of that stuff you think doesn't matter, but it really does. This is really good quality. I should just sew all these into towels and give them as Christmas gifts. That would require me to actually sit at my sewing machine. And then we've got some blacks and some darker grays in the bottom too. So blues, browns, blacks, grays, and I would say it is a white. It's not off-white, this print. So it's definitely a toweling material. I wouldn't use it in quilts. I would use it more in bags. So, but that's really awesome. I think it's very different. It's outside the box. So what would you guys make with this kind of toweling? I would love to know. The next group is, we carry this due to popular request. So Robin Pickens joined MODA a couple of years ago, and at first we didn't carry her lines, and we got so many phone calls, guys, that we now carry her lines, and they sells great. So these are going to be her patterns. And this is the collection overall. And I don't know if I would describe it as watercolor or not, but it's very, I think she draws her art. This print right here is the same as this print. And she has done this in several of her collections. And I think at some point this might come out as a basic. I'm hoping. Tulip, so it's called Tulip Tango. Ships in April, butterflies, and lots of tulips. And then her traditional greens. Grass, and then this is that basic. You can see that big piece of the tulip. So she has been a great addition to the MODA family because we got so many phone calls. I was like, oh my goodness. And she has a great social media presence where some of the stuff she sews and her colors that she puts together are really unique. And then this color, I would say, is a new color for her. And I would consider it gray to black. So shades of gray all the way down to black. And I feel like, I think this is gonna be I don't know. The sales rep told me something and I don't remember exactly what she told me, but I'm hoping that becomes a basic. And then the next group we bought is Wild Iris. This is Kevin's second favorite. So he really likes Holly Taylor fabric, and he does like purple fabric. These are going to be patterns from different designers. This is a new designer called Crabtree Arts Collective. And then these are gonna be patterns from the book Winter Manor by Doug Lico, and I love his patterns. I love his designs. Actually, this is Winter Manor, and then this is an existing Table-tastic 2. You guys probably already have the Table-tastic 2 book. And then this is the collection overall, and the panels will be 24 by 44, and it comes in green and the darker purple. This collection has 31 prints, ships in March. And then this is a really nice crosshatch. Not a cross, it's basically drawn lines. And purple, and here you can see it really good here. Her purple outsells anybody else's purple. And I'm sure on Doug Lico's social media, he will have lots of ideas using this because he always uses a lot of her fabrics. in his books. And then this is a really nice green. Oh, and then Carrie has a great question. When I say it ships in April, does that mean it's FQS online in April or shipping to stores in April? So we put all of this as coming soon now so that you can either pre-purchase it to ship in April or to be notified in April. But I am referring to the time it hits the stores. Now, do remember that there are shipping delays and all of the manufacturers are trying to order earlier so that everything will arrive still on time, but just know that April could mean May. And I love these backgrounds. And then I'm going to show you the size of the panel squares. So this is about the size, and then it's not the full panel because they obviously cut it, so it's actually the dark purple and the lighter green. And so we pretty much bought almost everything in this book. The next group is called All American. It is by Deb Strain, who is one of their she's been a designer longer, I guess. One of the longest designers for MODA. So these will be some of the collections. These will be some of the patterns. These are by Coach House Designs, all of these. And this ships in March. And it is definitely Americana with 2 panels, the white and the light blue. And the collection has 28 prints. And I feel like, okay, this is a star. It's creamier. But I would say this is creamier and then this is whiter. So it's got a kind of 2 colors going. And then there are 2 Labradors that I've been told in this group. And one is black and one is yellow. We got to find the yellow one. And I think this is good. Kevin and I think this is going to be the best-selling print. It would be great as a 108. And I do think something like this would look good on a binding too, with all those colors. So let's look for the yellow lab. It's got to be in here. I don't know where it is. The sales rep told me it was in here, and I don't know. I think we found it and then lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Stars, flowers, stars, and text. And then I love this blue because it's very vibrant. It's not your traditional Americana. And then there's your yellow labs. So I guess the black lab's got 2 prints and the yellow lab's got 1. And the panel, it's not the full panel. Well, actually, it is. This is one side with the yellow lab. Everybody wants to know. There's a funny saying in this industry, and it's actually very true. When people are shopping for animals, if it's a cat, they'll buy any cat. If it's a dog, they will only buy the fabric if it is their exact dog. And that's actually something that has been told to me for years, and it's actually very true. So the yellow lab on the other one too. So again, ships in March, All American by Deb Strain. This next one is Kevin's 3rd favorite. It is called Too Cute to Spook. And these are going to be patterns from Antler Quilt Designs, which is also Doug Lico. And then this is a new book called It Takes Two from Martingale. And it is going to be more of a sewing book, and it's featuring their new fabrics. And this collection has 24 prints. And it's so cute. I love it. It's so fun. I mean, how can you not smile when you see these? Now, this print is the polka dot. So it is this dot right here, white on white. It will be part of our white on white bundle. Bats, cobwebs, dots, and stripes. And this stripe would be an awesome binding Actually, probably this way. And a fun plaid-ish dot. And I will tell you that the Me and My Sister Designs cobwebs always sell better than everybody else's. And this will sell because people will buy this and hold this in their collection. Anytime there is like a red and white stripe or a black and white or navy and white, just two colors, people will buy them to save for binding, and that includes me. Sorry, we're gonna order Starbucks real quick because I am super thirsty and I've been talking too long. Now this one's really nice. It's a black on black. And then this will probably be the best seller out of the whole thing. The two best sellers out of this will be the cobweb and this. So that ships in May. The next group is by April Rosenthal. It's called Candy Cane Lane. It ships in May. These are going to be her new patterns, and she is going to have 3 new rulers, and we have ordered all of the rulers and this. These are going to be some zipper pulls, and we have all of these on order, and these have been selling like crazy. I'm going to show you some more in a second that we actually have already sold out of, so it's crazy. And this is a traditional Christmas. Now in the next bucket there will be more Christmas and more Halloween available, and it is going to be 30 prints. So this is Santa and a snowman, so it's a lot of art drawing on this one. This is polka dots. So let me find a polka dot. It's going to be this. The white on white is the same as this. That red and white. And this is a very bright red, and then this has a tiny, tiny bit of burgundy in it. And this will be the best seller out of the whole group. I don't know why. I don't know why I tell y'all that, but I just try to guess. I think it's like fun. It's like a little game I have within myself. Katie is asking how much would you order for a binding? I always just order 1 yard. Because sometimes if you do a really big quilt, the most I've ever used on binding is 7/8 of a yard. But I just order 1 yard. That's what I usually do. And I love these Christmas trees. And I actually love them in the red better than the green, which is so weird, but these groups are excellent. And we're not even halfway there, guys. So I'm just gonna keep going till my my voice runs out. My eyesight's shot, so why not mess up the rest of my body? Sorry, I just have to be funny sometimes. Snowflakes and candy canes. So this is one of the few Christmas in this bucket. There will be more though coming from them. Now on something like this, there's only 4 Bella solids that match. So I probably won't do a bundle of just 4 because that seems kind of like a lot of work for just 4 prints. And I don't know if 4 prints does anything for anybody. So we will put them on the page though. And we do that for MODA because they list it for us. Not all manufacturers list the solids that match. So if they list the solids, we provide them. And the reason we don't do it for everyone else is if we do it and then a customer might get unhappy that we didn't match perfectly. And so that's why we don't. Okay, is the ornament template quilt applique? I actually don't know. Do you think that's I think that's probably some kind of curved piecing, but we don't have the pattern yet. I would guess curved piecing. Did you say there was going to be new rulers? This designer, she makes her own rulers. She's going to have a boo template an ornamental template, and a Russian Rubik's template. And so we have all of those ordered. They are not available quite yet, so I don't know as much about them because I like to look at them when they arrive. This collection, oh my gosh, this might have to be in my favorites. I Believe in Angels by Bunny Hill. It is, we're pre-selling this one for a May delivery, and we do have a Jolly Bar. It is called Snow Angels, and so that's a pop-up. And it is, we did something just very simple with this because when you see the prints, you're going to see that you really want those designs to show up and not be chopped up. So these are going to be her new patterns. This is a collection as a whole. It is 28 prints. Ships in May. So this definitely has to go down as one of my favorites. So snowmen, gingham, and it's a very nice small gingham. Candy cane, floral, the detail on this floral is nice. Polka dots, and jingle bells. Candy canes. Okay, this white on white is polka dot. So it's this polka dot down here. And it will be in our bundle. And this would actually match the last group that we showed, which is Candy Cane Lane. That would actually match that. And this is a gingham. And this is a nice green. It's kind of showing a little bit darker, I think, than it really is. A tiny bit. And this gingham would be really nice. This will work really good with Lori Holt's stuff. So this is Ann Sutton's. The next one is called Cheer and Merriment from a new designer called Fancy That Design House. These are going to be her patterns. This is our pattern. So we do have a quilt kit we're offering called Poinsettia's Quilt Kit. And it was also designed by Crystal. And then this will be a quilt kit here that is a MODA kit. It will be using the panels, which also these pillows feature the panels, which I will show you. This is the panel. There are 6 little squares. They measure about, it depends, but they're like around 9 by 9, 10 by 10. They have the exact measurements if you want to see that in the catalog that's on MODA's site. There are also little labels you can fill out. It has 30 prints, ships in May. This is a white on cream, so it is a snowflake, so you can actually see it. And really nice colors. She had another group previous to this, and it was very, I called it Nashville fabric. I don't know the name of the collection, but it kind of has the Nashville vibe. I don't know if y'all have ever been to Nashville. And I love this cap set right here. I love this aqua. This is really nice. And I like how she's got aqua. She's got a shade. She's got a lot of shading in here so that you can really mix lots of colors. And then her green. And then her panels that you could easily make the center of a star block or pillows like you see in the catalog. So that's just cut off, but there's 2 up there, 2 here, and they're all slightly different sizes. And this would be really nice to put like within a quilt, just kind of fussy cut it, and then people would think you appliqued. So that is Cheer and Merriment by Fancy That Design House. Okay, this next group, everybody should cheer because these have gone crazy. So these notions were put online by MODA on their social media before we even knew about them, and we have sold out of several of them. They are all on reorder, and some are coming soon and some are coming like much later. So it kind of just depends when MODA gets them, but you guys got so excited. I know these two are sold out because I was reordering last night. These are going to be patterns that go with this collection. It is by Kath Holden, ships in May, and it is a very vintage Christmas. And it's called Christmas Fair, but I'm saying it's a vintage Christmas. And this is probably my favorite collection she has come out with. This is kind of a brown on cream. Jingle bells. This will be a great backing. This is that like 1950s decor, polka dot, trees. I do want to say the mushrooms are kind of weird. I didn't really understand the mushrooms with the trees, but. And this is nice. All of her prints like this get reprinted also. So sometimes they'll stay around a little bit longer than normal. This is really nice. This would even go with the Sweetwater collection. And this is like crochet blanket. It's like you can just cheat and pretend you made a crochet blanket. But I think this one's great. It has a really nice, it's printed really nice, got a lot of detail. And then this is a really nice blue. It's not aqua. It's just kind of a vintage blue. Just those jingle bells just kill me. They're so cute. And those, I don't like those mushrooms. Sorry. I need to not say that when I don't like something, but I don't understand it. Maybe it means something. And then she's got two prints that we're going to sell them as running yardage, but they are, it's just like vintage vignette type things that she found probably at antique stores and reproduced. So this one is Christmas Fair, ships in May. There are going to be some bellas that match. The next group is called Merry Making, and it is very different than Gingerber's Last Christmas. So last Christmas she did black and white, but the year before she did do colored Christmas, so that's what this is similar to. These are going to be her patterns, and I love these. Okay, this is the panel. So she took the panel and put it in the center, and I love that. I mean, I want to make it. I want the little snowman one. The Santa's kind of weird, but the snowman I love, and the reindeer, and the polar bear. So there are three panels here. This is the collection. This is the panel with the big pieces. This is a panel with mixed medium and big pieces, and then this is the same one but darker. This has 26 SKUs and ships in May. Oh, Katie's got a good point. She says, I think in Germany they used to use mushrooms as ornaments. Oh. Okay, this is a snowflake. No, it is not. It is snow. Oh my gosh. I am like out of words, guys. Is that more of a French blue? Yes, I would think so. Will I have ornaments this year? Can you be more specific? This is really cool. This is silver. These are silver on these. All three of these have silver metallic. And so it is definitely the line drawing that Gingerbread has. She does have some new stuff that we just loaded. Oh yeah, it's on the next page. I'll show you. And it is actually in stock. She's got a lot of new notions. And those are actually already in stock, which is super exciting to have something in stock early. And I love this blue. This is more of a in-between navy. I love this one. And all the basics this time are really good. All of these type prints. And these are snowflakes with little lines connecting them. and the snow. Okay, so this is an advent panel, and it has instructions. It's like I don't really know how to do it. I've tried to watch some videos, but it's an advent panel. They don't really sell that great for us, and I think it's because people are like me. They don't know how to do it. So maybe I need to make one eventually. And then the panels that I was talking about that are medium prints and small prints and large prints. Here is the darker version. This is a little reindeer. He's so cute. Picky wants to be his friend. And so the snowman, he's so cute. Okay, so that's the darker version. And this is the lighter version, which I like. I don't like the dark one. I like the light one. To Santa Claus. Oh my gosh, guys, it's already gonna be Christmas and Thanksgiving. I can't even. I asked my kids, 2 of them today, what they wanted for Christmas, and they were like, I want a book. I was like, well, you gotta be more specific. So I love the polar bear, but the reindeer and the snowman, I mean, that is so cute. Maybe I'll have to make that. So I'll show you the notions. The gingerbread ornaments, they had sets of animals every year that I sold. I don't see them this year, so I guess not. So this year, this is the Advent calendar. These are 2 different boxed cards, which are in stock. These are stickers. I wasn't really sure what to do with the stickers, so you guys let me know. Yeah, these are all in stock, and then these are gift tags, and then she has a notepad. So this whole page is in stock. The stickers are cute. They're really nice quality. When I touch them, I just don't know what you do with them. And then this is Merry Little Christmas by Bonnie and Camille. This one is going to be a quilt kit. And then we have a Jolly Bar kit called Yuletide Quilt Kit that just makes a gigantic star, and that is designed by Angel. So we'll have 2 kits out of this group, and these are going to be her new patterns. This is Simply Swoon, which is an existing pattern. This is the collection as a whole. So I'm going to show you, this is the prints. And then that is 36 prints. And then the wovens, there are 16. And they're considered 2 separate groups. And of course, I love everything Bonnie and Camille. I think this is going to be very popular. I wish they made this in 108. I cannot wait to see what Bonnie and Camille sew with all of this. And the colors are very nice. They're very soft. The red is a really nice soft red. I mean, it's definitely a red, but it's got a softness to it. And this is that same quilt block. And this would make a pretty backing or pretty table runner. Snow. And the green. So her green is kind of a, this is a snowflake. Not a snowflake, snow. And then this would make a grit binding. The green is kind of got, it's a little bit darker than normal. It's a little bit different than her other greens. But I mean, that's beautiful. And this one ships in May, and then there's gray. So definitely a feeling of snow, villages, florals, trees. These are just amazing, these quilt blocks. So this is Merry Little Christmas by Bonnie and Camille, ships in May. This is Merry Little Christmas Wovens. And this will also ship in May. Wovens are made in a different country, so they will not arrive on the same day. And this is kind of a Dobby. These are really nice. I haven't really used these. I haven't really used wovens, but I always like looking at them. So it's like one of those things that I'm just like, one day I need to make flannel quilt. One day I need to make a woven quilt to challenge myself. And then there's a couple more notions. And we have, these are going to be so popular. So these are meant to fit those shelves. And so these are going to come as a set. So I think we're going to sell this as a set, We're not going to sell them individually. Some of these are already in stock and some are on their way. I'm excited about the one that has the trees. So see how it's meant to fit in like the little Pottery Barn-ish, IKEA-ish. So that is MODA. And now I'm going to run through Ruby Star, and I'm just going to show it as a whole. I'm not going to go through each piece. So this is Pep Talk 2. It is a panel. Me and Kevin thought it was sad because it says I cry a lot. So we were like, oh, that's very depressing. So we were like, and then this one's like a toothbrush, like just brush it off, but cry all day. So we thought it was a little bit depressing. And this one is Florida by Sarah Watts. I'm trying to see how many pieces it includes. 33. So this will be in our Ruby Star Society. We will mix what Crystal does a great job of, and Nova. They mix and match the collections. So that's the cotton. We did purchase these rayons. There's 4 rayons. There's these 3. And then this one. And then there are a couple of canvas prints that we did order. Canvas and rayon don't sell as well for us, so just as an FYI, we don't buy as much of them. So, you know, they, if somebody comes in and puts in a big order, it'll wipe out all of our inventory. And then these are a panel. So that ships in February. Elixir will probably be the most popular. It is by Melody Miller, ships in March. That's very vintage. This one has 35 SKUs, and it is, Ruby Star is more expensive. It does have metallic. It does have a designer fee worked in, and I did hear that they are going up on their prices again. So at some point you will see the prices go up. And these are Spark Basics, and these are the 2 rayons. I guess those are clouds. But these, their basics always sell really well. Now I will tell you, a lot of their basics are sold out a lot of the time, and I don't know why, but we always have them on order. They just take a while. I think they might be made in a different country because they take a while to come in. This is Koi Pond by Rashida Coleman Hale. Ships in March. Two rayons. And 4 canvas. And they're really nice. Ruby Star always has a really nice quality. And then Honey by Alexia Abig will also be very popular. And this kind of reminded me of the like crochet blanket type look. This one will ship in April. And I noticed when I was doing some of these kind of reminded me of the 70s, because, and then this one I think is going to be very popular. I wish that was a 108. And then I do see a comment about designing more quilts rectangular. We can definitely keep that in consideration for the designs that we do. For the designs that we carry of other people, we can't really tell them what to do, but our stuff, we can definitely keep that in mind. This is Honey by Alexia Abig, ships in April. And these are awesome, these added ups. So these will be additions. There are 3 canvas. So doesn't it look a little crochet-ish? It's not, it's definitely just squares, but to me it reads that crochet-ish. And then this is going to be a panel in a couple of colors. So again, honey, Alexia Abig. So white, or that's actually cream, navy, and pinky peach with orange. So this is kind of a pinky peach, and then this is more orange with pink. So lots of crazy colors. The next group is called Strawberry and Friends by Kimberly Kite, ships in May. She has a total of 27 prints. And then we have 2 rayon strawberries. I think these are going to be really popular, these strawberries. I mean, that's cute. And then 3 canvas. And then I'm going to answer a couple questions, and then we're going to move on to Riley Blake since I'm taking forever. Tina has a side question, and the question is, any updates on the tomato pincushion quilt kit arrival? So we will have to look that up. If you want to email Denise at fatquartershop.com, she can let you know the date, because I actually don't know the answer to that. And then Joanna is asking if you can mix the wovens with the cotton, and you can. So I'm going to move on to Riley Blake. These are items that we just got. These ship more in the summer, more June, July, August. The MODA was more April, May, March, April, May. This is more June, July, August. Each company works differently, and most of this Riley Blake is not online yet, but it will be as soon as we can get it online. The first one I'm going to show you, of course, is Lori Holtz. It is not all of it, but most of it is pre-sold. I'm going to show you the collection, then I'm going to show you a lot of notions, and then I'm going to show you all the other designers. Now, we just ordered this yesterday, so I'm pretty familiar with it. So this is the collection. We're going to zoom out a little bit, just a tiny bit. There you go. This is Prairie. So these are the prints with the addition of background prints. So there will be 8 backgrounds. In addition to this, this is going to be an all over print. We're going to sell it as yardage. It's called Very Prairie. These are going to be the 2 108s. These 2 are going to be pre-packaged kits that come in the specialty boxes. Those will be coming soon items. They're not going to be pre-sold, but we are pre-selling all of the pre-cuts to go with Prairie. We are pre-selling this. This is going to be called Prairie Meadow. It will be a sew-along. The kit will be free. It is applique, and it will go with her Sew Simple shapes that are called Prairie Meadow. So these shapes will make this. And she will host that on the Riley Blake blog and also on the Lori Holt blog. And these are her suggested notions. And these are new notions. So she will have 2 7-inch, 2 10-inch, 2 14-inch, and 2 18-inch design boards. She will have this new canister. We are pre-selling the canister. She will have another enamel cup. She will have a calendar. This would be a hanging calendar that you could use. These are going to be 2 charms. This is a binder keeper, washi tape. She's going to have 1 pad of paper to go with this. 2 bags. One is a quilted bag and one is a vinyl zipper pouch. And she will have an Aurifil thread box too, and that is going to include 10 small spools of 50 weight. Now, the Aurifil is not online yet because we have not received the image yet from Aurifil. So these are going to be all the new notions, and all of these you can click to be notified. This is the one we're pre-selling. And she also is going to have a puzzle. This is going to be a needle minder. So her charms, these are charms. This is a needle minder. And then she is going to have 6 quilt block patterns. They measure 6.5 by 9.5. And each pattern is within the little seed packet. And those are going to be made by Riley Blake. So the instructions will be Riley Blake instead of It's So Emma. And I'm sure she's going to do some kind of really cute quilt going with it. And there's Lori. And then I'm going to show you notions here. And these notions will be a combination of what I just showed you in addition to other designers' notions. So they will have one of those mini calendars. And a funny thing, Kevin asked me yesterday, what is that? And I said, do you remember like in the 80s when your mom would like have a little calendar in her purse? That's what that is. So that will be available in November. This will be a notebook with lined pages. There will be new pencils. Now, I do not know if these will be the same quality as the other pencils. There will be a new cutting mat and a bird stiletto turning tool. So that would be great for like making bags. This will be woven labels. This will be washi tape by Tasha Noel, and this is the 10 that we're pre-selling. These we've already shown. These will be new glasses that are 4.0 strength that she made for me. And then this is going to be a new ironing board cover, which I'm super excited about because I use all of hers. I buy all of this stuff. And these are the same notions we went over in bigger images, but I will definitely be buying all of these things. And then there will be 2 size mats coming out in the design boards we talked about. And again, the Lori is online. The rest will be online soon. And Jennifer is asking if canvas is primarily made for bag making. And I would say yes. I've never used it. This is a new dot that I would say is similar to the pin dot. It is called Dapple Dot. And this is going to be hopefully an ongoing basic. And it will be shipping in May. This collection is called Emma. The designer is Citrus Mint Designs. And this is the collection. And the bottom row is not part of the collection. The bottom row are basics that just go with the line. This is going to be a quilt pattern that we sell, and then these prints over here are just bigger versions of what you've seen over here, just so you can see them in full scale. Same thing, full scale. The next one, oh my gosh, I wish my kids were smaller sometimes so I could just make them things. This is called Coloring on the Farm. So I think this is going to be very popular. This is the entire collection. This is going to be the chicken wire. There's some text. It's a smaller group. It is by Crayola, is the manufacturer. This is going to be the panel that's big. It's a 1-yard panel. And then this is a kit that comes packaged in a Crayola box. And so it uses that panel in the center with the chicken wire, the words, and this print around. So I think this one's going to be very popular. Again, Coloring on the Farm ships in July. And this is Pixie Noel by Tasha Noel. Ha ha, she used her name in the group. That's pretty clever. I didn't even notice that yesterday when I was buying this. So this is the collection. These bottom prints are just basics that coordinate. This is an awesome panel. It is going to be a 1-yard panel, and in it, they're stars, but you will see the points and the inside. There 2 points have a different fabric in the center, so there's 3 different fabrics in each. And you could use it as a backing, or I guess these are cut lines, but to me they're cute, and you could just use it as a backing. This is going to be another panel, so there's 2 panels. This one is a 1-yard, and this is actually also a 1-yard panel, so it looks like an actual quilt, but it's a panel. This is going to be a quilt kit that comes packaged in a box. And then these are just the same prints. This next one is really cute. It's called Christmas Joys. It's by Lindsay Wilkes of Cottage Mama. And this is the line. Again, these are basics, so these are not included. This line is very vintage. I love the cross hatches or the plaids and the snowmen, and I love the candy canes too, and the reindeer. I love all Christmas. So this is the panel. It is 24 inches wide, but you would just chop this off, put this in here, and this is going to be a free pattern available on Riley Blake's website. This is going to be a quilt pattern, and these are just bigger prints of the collection, and that ships in May. Heather Peterson is one of their most popular designers. She used to design for Henry Glass, and this one is called Winter Wonder. And this is the collection as a whole, ignoring the bottom line. These are basics. This is going to be really popular, and this is going to be really popular, both of these prints. Great backgrounds. These are 108s, so she has 3 108s. 2 panels that are both 1 yard each. These are going to be patterns. A pattern, a pattern, a pattern, a pattern. There are going to be some quilt kits. Here are the 2 quilt kits. So these 2 will be quilt kits put together by Riley Blake and their special boxes. And then these will be standalone patterns by Heather Mulder Peterson of Anka's Treasures. And this ships in May. We do have a question on dapple dots. Will you have the, let's see, is the dapple dot half square triangle quilt a pattern or a kit? So I actually, let's see what this says, free pattern. So this will be a free pattern at Riley Blake Designs, and it finishes at 88 inches square. And it says it uses 1/6 of a yard of some and 1/3 of a yard of others. So it is definitely half square triangle. I'm not sure how they are writing that pattern since we don't have access to it yet, but yes, that will be a free pattern. And I'm sure if you bought a fat quarter bundle, that probably would get you a lot of it, except for these prints over here. Joanna is asking, will I have the coordinating basics that match, or do I not order those? So I don't actually order those because it becomes too much. This is Christmas Village by Catherine Lenius, and sometimes we have them in stock, sometimes we don't, but if you put all of this on a page with all of this, it dilutes sales of the group, and that's not good for the designer. So we kind of don't do that because I think it's just too much. I love this pink. I mean, who doesn't love pink and aqua and the little angels? This is going to be a 36-inch wide panel, and I believe this is the top. And then this, what is this? I'm not sure what this is. I don't think that's part of the panel. And then here is going to be a free pattern using that panel. And this will be a Beverly McCullough Flamingo Toes pattern called Starry Snow Globe. And then these are bigger pieces. Christmas Village ships May. Awesome Autumn is by Sandy Gervais. I'll come back to that part. This is her collection, and actually all of the bottom are part of the collection. So this is a bigger collection, so all of this is included. She has a lot of patterns and 2 kits. This is going to be a cheater cloth, meaning just running yardage, and it kind of makes it look like you pieced it. These are going to be 3 108 prints. These are 2 1-yard panels. And it says Autumn with some little quilt blocks. This is going to be a boxed quilt kit. These are going to be patterns by Sandy Gervais. This will be a boxed pattern, and this will be just a pattern. So boxed kit, meaning Riley Blake puts it together, and this will be a pattern. And anything we're showing you that's a pattern, we will have all of those. And that ships in July. And this is Adele in Winter, and it's by Sandy Gervais. She also had Adele in Fall, and it was a great seller. So again, this is the collection. Every print on here is part of the collection. This is going to be a great background. This is also part of the collection. This is going to be a running yardage that overall will look like this. 3 108s. This will be a free pattern. It's using the panel, which this is the panel. Sorry, this is the panel, and then this is going to be the free pattern to go with it. These are going to be paid patterns. This will have a quilt kit. So if you see a box, you will know that it's a kit, and if we're showing it, we definitely bought it. Now all of this, remember, is not online yet. This will also be a boxed kit, and the rest will be patterns by Sandy Gervais. Adele in Winter ships in June. A lot of you are probably already looking for this one because this designer is so popular. This is Janet Weckerfrisch, and this is called Nicholas the Cheerful Giver. Okay, so this line has 3 panels. Sometimes she has more, but this time she only has 3. This is a 24-inch panel. That's a Santa. This is a 24-inch stocking panel. And this is a 24-inch postcard panel. And this is showing the scale of it. This is showing the repeat. And this is that same print. Actually, that's a different one. There are 4 panels. This will be running yardage. And then this will be all yardage. And she always has some very intricate stuff and then some very basic things, and this does match the same colorways as her Christmas group from last year. This is going to be a free pattern using this panel right here. This is also going to be a free pattern using the more simple prints, the more simple basic prints. So there's a lot you can do with this group. Again, Nicholas ships in June. The next 2 groups are very similar, so I'm going to show them at a similar time. So we have winter barn quilts and fall barn quilts. So they're smaller groups. They each have 3 quilt blocks and 3 scenic prints, some basics, and a 1-yard panel. This is going to be a free pattern, and this is just a showing of the same print, and the front just bigger. So it's a smaller group, but I do think these right here will be great backings. And these are both by Tara Reed, and this is the same thing. I could show them actually side by side. So you can see 3 scenic, 3 quilt blocks, fall, winter. Now these are a little bit different for fall than the winter, but the same panel idea. And these are pretty cool at the bottom too. You could cut those up and do something with those. These panels are 1-yard panels, and this will be a boxed kit, and this is just a repeat of the same size. The winter barn ships in June, and the fall barn also ships in June. Old Fashioned Christmas by Riley Blake is by My Mind's Eye. And this is the collection, Ignoring These. vintage Santas, great colors, vintage candy canes. These are 2 different 108 prints. This will be a paid pattern that we will sell. I know it uses a 10-inch stacker, but I'm not sure how it's pieced. But, oh, actually it's Plaid Pines by Lori Holt. So it's probably using one of her new rulers or something. And then these are just bigger prints of the same. Ships in May. This one is called Glamp Camp by My Mind's Eye. Ignore these. And very cute, very glamping, very cute. This is going to be a pattern by Flamingo Toes, and it's called Happy Camper, so we will definitely have the pattern. We always have all of Bev's items. And these are just some of the prints, bigger. And this one ships in May. And then we've got 3 left. This is called Imagine by Christy Lee of Quiet Play, and her first collection that we carried was called Dream. And we carried it actually at a request of one of our favorite FQS bloggers, and so it sold really well, so we're going to carry this one. We will add a bundle of this, and so I need to write that down. I need to make a bundle of the 12 solids that go with Imagine, and we'll do a fat quarter bundle of that too. This is going to be a 108-inch wide back. This is going to be a paid pattern by Christy Lee of Quiet Play. This piecing will be foundation paper piecing, or foundation paper piecing. This will be a paid pattern, and I'm sure these butterflies are appliqued with this. So this, and then this will be running yardage. This is the same as this. It's just showing more of the colors. And this will ship in June. This one is really one of my favorites. This is called Little Things, and it's just a really cute quilt for babies, or fabric line for babies. We get a lot of questions about what is a fabric collection that will work if, you know, the parents are not finding out the sex of the baby, more of a unisex type collection, and this is great for that. So if you know somebody that's having a baby and maybe, I don't know, this is cute. And the panels, there's 2 panels. I would say, you know, more the blue, more the pink, well, blue and blush. They're both 1-yard panels. This will be a free pattern. And so you can see these 4 are from the panel. So you could make this in either the blush or the blue. And, well, there you go. It's right there. I didn't even notice it yesterday. And this is cotton, and it ships in July. Now, Riley Blake has redone their card for seasonal basics. So any of the ones that have the little triangle on them, we will have as yardage. The other ones, like these are Lori's, we have these in stock. So some of these we have in stock, some we don't. But all of these we will have by the yard. And these will be free patterns available at Riley Blake. And those will ship in July. So I just want to thank all of you. I've been on here 2 hours. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are a YouTube member. If you are, we truly appreciate your support. Give this video a like, comment, and definitely subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye.